did a few words. This one I called the range. Now look at it. I'm way over here and my broadcast is already being messed with. All right, I guess that means turn the camera off. My face, they don't like it. So give me a second. All right. So real quick, I just left the store that sell those more modern day swords. Sword, if you get where I'm going with this. And we don't have any knights and we don't have that type of situation going on. So you know what I'm talking about, modern day swords. Nevertheless, I want to say that the persons were very helpful, more than helpful. And we went through the stands and how to hold it and how to pop it. And I learned a few things. I learned that you do not need a permit if it remains in your home. I learned that you don't need a permit if you headed to the range. Just separate the sword from uh, the little shells. Separate the sword from the shells. You can put the unloaded sword in a bag and the shells in the trunk or in a glove compartment, but you can travel with them as long as it's not loaded. And of course, you would have to let people in blue know that you have, it's in the car, or if that happens to be. It's not supposed to be necessarily, you can't have it like in plain view on the side of a clip with, carried on your jeans. No, you can't do that. But if you are interested in having one, you do not need a permit if it stays in the home and it's for home protection. So therefore, that means that you cannot go running outside to work somebody out, and you can't get mad at the girl that you saw riding in the car with your man and all that kind of crazy stuff. No. And if somebody cuss you out on the street, no, you cannot have it there. Those are what you would need a permit for in case you go somewhere and somebody decides to take over a restaurant or something that you're in. Then if you have the paperwork, then you can handle it. I don't even know if I want to handle it then, unless my own very life was being threatened. Nevertheless, you can have it and not have a permit if it's there to protect you and your family inside of your home. All right, that's what I learned on that. And so we had been under the myth of thinking that you need to go and get registered. Now he did say that I should go and take a few classes at your local range, and that's to make sure that you understand the workings and how to handle it. And he gave me some brief lessons, and you could tell when you don't really feel comfortable with something because it just didn't come that easy for me. But hey, anything that's new will take some type of practice. All right. Okay. So aside from that, um I do think that I will go and, just kind of, from my understanding, they let you pull out some swords and fire them to see which sword you're most comfortable with in carrying. If you are comfortable in carrying. Now, I did not say that I was getting ready to get one. I don't know yet. I would like to hear from Abba before I commit myself to anything. Okay. And I suggest that you do the same. My prayer is that we won't even be here. But hey, in event that we are, it's kind of like you think, well, if everybody carrying one, it's like the Wild Wild West, of course, where everybody just drawing and walking 10 steps and then see who turn around the quickest and all that old crazy stuff. No, I don't want to live in that kind of world. But I didn't choose the world in which we live in. And I'm told that because we are born in this dispensation, that we should be excited about what's happening, But yet and still, we know that there's some prophecies and different things that have to be fulfilled. And so I know what you're saying about, well, those that try to save their lives will lose their lives, and those that lose their lives will save their lives. I get that. But at the same time, we know that there are people who don't care. When he said that brutish people would be here from whatever distant place they coming from, I think he said the north. I can't remember, but brutish people. And when you look up the word brutish, they don't care about nothing. They don't care about old people. They don't care about children. And matter of fact, brutish would mean that they would kind of prey on the weak. And so um, it's really all about protection, and anybody carrying them just because they want to be seen or come off as hard or relevant or proving a point, or it's stylish, because a lot of that came forth out of the music that you carry this, you look like you bout it and you tough and all that kind of stuff. No, again, we walk in humility. We want peace. We want peace. And we do trust the Father to take care of us in every sense of the way. And so I just don't believe that that would have been put in a Bible if we weren't supposed to take a look at that. All right, and I'm gonna end on this note. That's one part of it. That's something you pray about if it's okay for you and your household. And of course, I'm praying about it also because I don't have complete clarity or clearance. That's what I should say. I have clarity, but I don't have complete clearance giving me the okay necessarily. All right. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, while I was there, I wasn't able to get in the place because of they had like some kind of festival or something on the street. Now remember, this is not my area. This is where I was at is like predominantly Caucasian. You see black, African Americans here and there, but not a whole lot. I'm not saying that they don't exist there, but it's not great. Okay. And so last week I went someplace else and we just happened to come up on another festival in another area that's more of a more upper echelon, slightly higher class as far as income, economics. Okay. They're having a fest. And I'm like, now wait a minute. Now I just want to share something with y'all. How is it that when you go to certain neighborhoods, where certain people are, now you don't have to agree with me, I just want to put it out here, they're enjoying their lives. They're not walking around here going to fest all masked up. And if they are masked up, they're still enjoying themselves in close proximity. Now, why is he coming up in the graveyard? The sheriff. I'm gonna keep on moving. I'll just come back in a minute and let them go on. Oh, it's a funeral out here. Okay, so I can go back. I don't know. I was over this way, so I thought I'd go check on some stuff. But anyways, they are having fest. They are in close proximity. I'm quite sure that they ain't saying, okay, before you get an elephant ear, distance yourself 6 feet apart. I'm not seeing that. And that's not the first one. And it was on two separate ends of town, but predominantly a certain race. And it's not necessarily where I'm going, but I guess I'm trying to say, but when you come to where we are, why are they saying that due to COVID, everything is canceled? Or the big C. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to say the word, was I? So everything is canceled where our children can have any type of quality of life, any type of peace, any type of joy, any type of anything. And everywhere we go, all through the grocery store, everywhere, don't forget to distance. Don't forget to practice cleanliness and washing of your hands like we didn't notice. Like we didn't notice when we wash our meat, our greens, we clean all our sinks, we wash things in our dishes with bleach. I don't know, just seem like I don't know if we need to be told this 24/7. Now, of course, there are some people that do, and maybe they just, you know, pull chicken out the pack and go ahead and eat it the way it is or whatever. I don't know. But nevertheless, where I'm going with this is while everybody else running scared and everything is being counseled in your communities and neighborhoods, while you're being told that they couldn't have this certain thing that they usually have every year because of the big C. And sorry, folks, because of this, and we're trying to keep down infectious diseases and root, 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 root. But then you go right down the way, drive over into other communities where you usually don't go. And they're not saying that. Their children are still living, they're still enjoying things, they're still having, you know, a decent time. Nobody's stressed out. And I'm gonna tell you, if things get ready to get bad on the earth, which they say that they will, why do you gotta live where it's like it's bad now? Why you still have some freedoms and you can kind of move around? Why won't you? I ain't gonna do nothing because until this clear, well, they I don't want it to go nowhere. It just keep coming with a different strand and another name. Well, I ain't gonna do nothing until these restrictions lift. They're not gonna lift them up. Matter of fact, they'll probably become more restricted. All I'm saying to you is if you drive to other communities, you'll find that people are living. And I guess it has a lot to do with, I would hate to think that certain people are practicing more cleanliness than others. Or could it be that certain economic status means that you can afford more and do more? And I don't want to hear nobody say that's because they can get more people to come over and clean and more people working. Stop it. Stop it. Why you not living and why you nervous and why you afraid and you watching them close down your schools and put everybody on quarantine and why you watching that they removed all of the festivals and your family is stuck in the house and y'all not doing nothing. I guess it's only prevalent that only people getting sick is in our communities. Drive 30 minutes out the way and see the people living in fest and parades and picnics, parks, lakes, water. Keep in mind, there are some things going on in certain places, but there has to be light in Goshen. There must be. And it just cannot be that certain people are, it's okay for certain communities to still have schools open, to still have restaurants, to still be able to go out, to still be able to go around family, to still have some type of joyous events or occasions. And then we go where we are and there's nothing. But the reminder of how terrible things are. I just can't get with this no more. Well, I never did. So I just thought I'd share. At 1 o'clock, the fest is open to anybody that wants to come. The security is out there. It's roped off all nice, and the food trucks are there. But you go where I'm at, and I am told it is stated that because of what's happening, things had to shut down to keep people safe. Is it to keep us safe or is it to keep us closed in? I don't know how you look at it, but I see people living. There's somebody out here digging their own grave. I ain't never seen nothing like this, but in the South, I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't quite know what's happening right here. All right. And so um it's amazing where Honey Bun is. There's somebody that has a whole baby, uh, I don't know, a little baby crib or something out here. I won't show it on the screen for the respect of the family, but there's a baby crib, a baby carrier. Um, next to Honey Bun. But like the father said, he's not even here, not his spirit. He's not here. So I just came to take a look because I was over here. And it's so funny when the family don't come, they no longer keep up the grounds. Grass is grown everywhere. I guess I'm supposed to be the one to do it. But I don't know. For some reason I felt delivered from this because I feel like wherever he is, the reuniting is not gonna be a long period of time. And I don't know who this is on the side of him where they have a whole baby thing, and I'm assuming that they think that he's, uh, what they call it, reincarnated or something. It's just so odd, all the children out here, and they pick a believer to sit somebody on the side that believes more in, like, ancestral worship. See, the enemy is always even unto the things of death. He's, like, relentless. He don't stop. He'll try to hurt us any which way that he can. Even it's a burial ground, and all of these plots out here, they put a Kemet believer, ancestral worship on the side when they knew who I was because they saw what I have down. Um, they know, and I just feel like I don't think it was necessarily I don't know if it was done on purpose or what, but it's like such a it could be a slap in the face if I allowed it. Like, there's a Catholic on one side, and then here's the Kemet believer, ancestral practice, and then all these other graves and plots and stuff, and this is where they put that person. But children, so I don't make a big deal about it. The Father has delivered me from coming to graveyards. I only came here because I went to the range and it's over here just to look. And it just looked like all of the children in this area, they no longer cut the grass. It's just sad. And could you imagine if I was still sitting things out here and memory of and all that? I would be brokenhearted right now. But I am looking for the things that the Father talked about. The dead bones, the dry bones living again, the dead in him rising first, or those that are sleep in him. So, no need in me doing this. And the only thing I was doing was coming over here, keeping it up because um, maybe it was just that I don't want it to be like I didn't take care of him, and that's not true at all. And so, um, ain't no need in me spending time in no graveyard. This is where dead things are. And I don't look at it that way anymore. So, moving on. Nevertheless, God bless everybody. And I just wanted to say, in the event, I'm sharing with you what I'm seeing. Certain people, and it's not, I don't make this about any color, but you can't ignore some stuff. You can close your eyes if you want to, that's fine. But they are enjoying themselves, and their children are happy. And at least, whatever should come here, you would have had some type of quality of life. Father said that He gave us life, and He brought it more and gave it more abundantly. He gave life. He talked about the streams of living water and enjoying the fruit of the land and all of these things. And I'm just like, of course, keep your soul together. But I refuse to sit back here waiting to be beheaded. I'm so sorry. I just can't think like that. And should that occur, if that's what's in God's plan, I couldn't have changed it no way. But I'm gonna believe the part where He said, "Pray that you would escape these things." And that's what I would like to do. And I know there's some people that's like, "Well, you got to take part in what, what Yahshua Jesus took part in His suffering." Well, can I be honest? I mean, have we not been taking part in that for over X amount of years? Oh, 400? Are you serious? You might say, well, you didn't go through no slavery. We derived from all of that. What do you mean? I don't care what nobody say. I don't see why we would have to keep suffering in this. We doing it now. You barely can pay your bills. You barely can lift your head. You barely making it. And if you are, you working so many hours a week. You barely can spend time with your family. Your kids are being raised by others, and they're not being raised the way they supposed to be raised. You think that they getting an excellent education, and then we wonder why many of our sons and daughters are turned out or rebellious. Come on. You can't even talk about nothing without other people knowing about it because we ain't got no type of language between us, but everybody else does. In some kind of way, we want to ignore the Bible, what it said about the scattered people that have been under the curse. I don't know. I read that our time is up underneath that. So I'm just waiting to see the goodness of the Most High. I think we've suffered a whole lot. And I'm not saying that we're done with that part because he did tell us about Jacob's troubles. Could that be really what we're facing? And is this what we're facing now? When you are being forced on your jobs to do certain things, when people are looking at you funny because you choose to walk in certain principles. You can't even you can't even make a decision for your own life without people trying to coerce you to make a decision for you. How come we just can't? Why everybody else can think and be what they want to be? In a moment we say we just want to be peaceful. We just want to live in the land peaceful and choose what's best for our family and our lives. Here comes somebody. Here comes somebody. I'm done. I'm gonna go and I'm not gonna be sitting back here worried about no variants or no RX or nothing else. Go and have some ice cream or something. Sit in the park and watch and pray. Bless the name of the Most High. Yah. Bless him. Hallelujah. Bless El Elyon Elohim. Y'all have a great day. And his people, Israel. Bless you. And the engrafted.